a case of beer, some barbecue. There's no doubt that I'm better than you. With these looks and these moves, you can't blame me for being so rude. The land of the red, white, and blue will be my home till the day I die. I'm every lady's fantasy. I'm the American guy. The trailer park is where I'm from. You better believe I have about 27 guns. Baseball games, pickup trucks. I'm leagues above you other dumb schmucks. I'm from where the women are hot and the Twinkies are deep fried. And every day I pledge allegiance to God and country. I'm the American guy.
Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast. This is the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast, episode number 110, the podcast that misses the Little Champions comic strip. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday, October 16th, 2020. It is time for another episode of the show. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. Usually I like to try to get this in right at 5 p.m. Pacific time, but I was unable to, so you'll forgive me. But it's YouTube. You can watch it whenever you want. That's the great thing about a podcast. I hope you all had a great, fantastic week. We've got a lot of stuff we are going to get through here today. For sets just being released in kind of a slow news week last week, we've got a bunch of great news to talk about this week, so we're going to get started on that. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If at any time you want to join in, feel free to hop in the chat and say hello. I want to give out a special shout out to our patron producers. These are the fine folks you see on your screen. It's these folks and others who make this show and the other content from Saturday Morning Media possible. So big shout out to them, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, we've got a lot of news to get through, so we're just going to sail right through it. Promoter Prime. There was some news about Promoter Prime. And this is more for the Indies Promoter Prime. If you are a fan of the Indies Promoter Prime, you will want to pay attention to this. This was posted on FilsingerGames.com. One of the best parts of being in the Filsinger Games community is getting the opportunity to be part of one of our game releases. Now you have the opportunity to help shape which cards will be part of Quarter 4 of Indies Prime that is set to release this December. Our game fans have given their suggestions, and now it's time to vote on the 3 cards in 3 separate polls. So what Filsinger Games is doing is they're having 3 polls on the message boards. You'll have to go over to the message boards to check this out, and be sure to vote. And you can vote for which wrestlers you want. Now, there's going to be 3 Indies wrestlers released in December. And the choices are the male indie wrestlers are Alex Colon, Eddie Edwards, and Willie Mack. And I'm especially proud of this voting here, because I'm batting 2 out of 3, ladies and gentlemen. Willie Mack was in the first Championship Wrestling from Hollywood set. Willie Mack, good friend of mine, and excited to see him get an update to his card. But also, Eddie Edwards is someone who I signed to the game. I was the one who got his permission slip release form. What is he, in kindergarten? I got his release form signed. So it's very cool to see 2 wrestlers that I helped get into the game in this poll. I think at the last time I looked, Willie Mack was leading, but don't listen, forget the polls. Go vote. Female wrestler updates: Allison Kay, Jordan Grace, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and Kimberly. And non-wrestler card: Larry Legend, ring announcer card, Marty Elias, referee card, or Selena De La Renta, manager card. Voting is open right now and will remain open until Wednesday, October 21st. So you got a few days left to go get that. So don't waste any time. Make sure you go over to the Filsinger Games board and check it out. Now, the big news, not that this Indies news was not big news, but the big news, ladies and gentlemen, is that teasers for the December releases start on October 26th. That is huge news, ladies and gentlemen, but that's not the only news. No, Filsinger Games has announced that because the because Galacticon went so well doing it virtually, they are going to do what is being called a Filsinger Games holiday kickoff event. This is going to happen Sunday, October 25th. And this is going to be tournaments. It's going to be and a press conference, which I love. I love that they're calling it a press conference because it really harkens to the classic Champions of the Galaxy handbooks that had press conferences. So I think this is really going to be fun. It's all happening Sunday, October 25th, and there are going to be 3 tournaments for the recent releases: Indie Tag Team Tournament, Legends Hall of Fame Tournament, and Champions of the Galaxy Tournament, which is the Tournament of Champions. And then at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, roughly, Filsinger Games Holiday Release Virtual Press Conference, where they're going to announce, kind of the first 3 names. I don't know if it's 3 names or whatever. The first names for the sets that will be coming out in December. And then it says these names and artwork will be shared the next day on FilsingerGames.com and the social media. But if you want the sneak peek, you can go. The best part about this is it's free. That's right. It is free. You don't have to pay for anything, which I think is really fantastic. So you head on over to FilsingerGames.com, click the news story. It's got Santa Wolf's picture, just like you see right here. And then you'll be able to register. And when you register, you get to pick which tournament you want to go in. So definitely check that out because that seems like it is going to be a ton of fun. And I will definitely see you there. I have a show later that day, but I'm going to stay there for as long as I possibly can. It is time to get to the meat of the episode here. We are going to take a look. We're going to give you my review of the Best of the Champions of the Galaxy commemorative starter set. This was released at the very end of September. People, if you've pre-ordered, you should have gotten it already. And what this is was a starter set that you, kind of the goal here is that it should be, it should, like, this is something you would buy to get somebody interested in the game. That's what it is. And so this set is a lot of fun. And I want to just go through and we're going to look at all the cards. I have the cards here as well. I have the physical cards here, but we're going to be looking at the pictures, of course. Star Warrior, they've got the updated Star Warrior artwork here. Looking good, of course, classic. You can't have Star Warrior. I don't know. I don't like him that he's got stubble. I think he's a hero. No stubble. Come on. What are you doing? Anyway, that is, it's a fun card. We've got Thanos. He's Thanos, no stubble. Is he the hero? I think so. I think he is. But there you go. Thanos is in the set. Of course, we got this wolf card, the classic wolf. All this Daryl Banks artwork, really, really fantastic. But as you will see, there are different artists. Here we go with Thunder. This is an updated artwork of Thunder. I'm probably going to catch hell for saying this. I love this artwork. This artwork is fantastic. Daryl Banks did an amazing job. I think Kevin Butcher maybe paid to have this artwork done, but this artwork is amazing. But something happened in sort of the printing process. You can see like the resolution is just a little bit not right. Like there's little kind of artifacting on his chain here. And then if you look at, this is Thunder's page from COTG Online, you can see that there is a white line down the side here. So it just shifts the artwork a little bit where it makes it so, I don't know, like it just looks like it's not displayed at its 100% proper resolution. It's just a little off. But I love this artwork. Daryl Banks did a fantastic artwork on this. And I kind of see the same thing when I look at the actual physical card. I think it's a little bit better on the physical card, but there's like a black border around the image, whereas all these other cards, the image goes right up to the edge, and I think that may just be throwing off the resolution a little bit. Because see, you see this black border here, and then you look at something like the Wolf card, there's no black border. And I think that is it's just tweaking the resolution a little bit, which is unfortunate because this is a fantastic piece of artwork. Of course, Matador M83 talking about fantastic pieces of artwork. This is great. See, he's got stubble. He's a bad guy. He's you don't know what he's up to. He's got stubble. So this is great. My comment about this though too is it looks a little bit like a spacesuit. It looks like he's ready to board SpaceX's new rocket, but I like it. I like the reflections of the stars in his hats. In his hat, I think it's really great, really fun artwork. Of course, Chaos, love it. Chaos artwork, the Alpha Stone, all that kind of good stuff. Or I'm thinking Infinity Stone, but great artwork there. Amazonia, great to see some Chuck Carter artwork in the set. Really fun to see that. This looks really fantastic. This Brian Bendis artwork. Werner did an amazing job coloring this. One of a couple of Brian Michael Bendis pieces in this set. This Mandrill art is good. Not my favorite Mandrill art. I think that he has some better artwork in previous editions, but this is still a fun piece. A lot of fun details on this. We've got Max Shield here. Great to see Max Shield. I love this artwork too. Another Brian Michael Bendis piece. Werner did an amazing job coloring this. Look at all the reflection. Looks really, really fantastic. We've got Overmaster here. Classic artwork by Werner. Congratulations to Werner for getting that in the set there. Monolith, I'm not 100% a fan of this artwork, but, it's Monolith. Monolith is great to have in the set. Slide Jewelry, I would have loved to see different artwork than this. This is fine, but I don't know what other artwork you would use, but, I don't know. I think it's just because I've seen this artwork so much because this card has been around for a while, so I think that could be it. Godsend is great. Chad Olson piping in that... if I put this up on the screen, the original Mandrill artwork is the best. I agree that some of the old classic ones are fantastic. Great to have you here, Chad, watching, hanging out. Endgame is fantastic. A little close-up view of Endgame. I actually like this better than the far-away shot. I think Daryl Banks's artwork looks really good when you get in close. So, I like this card. I like this card a lot. Hector the Holy Brown Bear. This is the one that out of everybody, I was like, Hector's going to be in there because I just remember Tom saying when he would go to conventions, this was the card that people liked to, that were drawn to. So I knew Hector was going to be in there. So it's definitely fun to get Hector in there. And then we got 3 bonus cards, and the bonus cards were the Basilisk, this classic black and white wolf, reprint of the Wolf card with updated date down at the bottom so you can tell the difference. But it was fun to get that, and that amazing classic. I love Chuck Carter. Chuck Carter can do no wrong. So I love Chuck Carter artwork. And then, of course, Horus, the Unstoppable, was the 3rd bonus card. And I love this character. I think he reminds me a lot of Terminus. Just kind of this is my planet. I'm the champion. I'm going to beat you all. So I love this card. I like this set. I like this a lot. And I will tell you, when the set was first announced, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to pick this up because I have charts, I have dice, I have all these game cards, except for Horus. I have these things. Am I really going to pick this up? And let me tell you, I'm glad I did. I'm so glad I picked this up. I think it is a fun set. I think it is. It's something that is great for new fans. Like, you could buy this, give it to somebody, they have everything they need to play. But it's also a worthwhile pickup for veterans. It's a lot of fun. I think the new stats are great. Tom did an amazing job on the stats on the back and of all the cards. And here's one thing I love. Besides the Basilisk card, I love that the cards are just simple, meaning that there's no crazy mechanics. Now, the Basilisk card, he does have some mechanics down at the bottom of the card, but even those mechanics are relatively easy. There's no crazy roll 2 dice, and if it's this, roll 1 dice, and then you have a ton of print at the bottom of the card. Star Warrior's got some extra instructions. The Basilisk has them, and then Max Shield has just real simple instructions at the bottom. But everyone else is just a simple card, and I love when everything is contained in the card. That's one of my... To me, that is when a card is well written. There's no extra stuff at the bottom, and I think, I don't know, this set is really great. I love it. Again, I wasn't going to pick it up, and I did. The other thing I noticed, and this is not a complaint, I'm just pointing out that I noticed it. It seems to be, these cards seem to be printed on thinner cardstock than the Hall of Fame set that was released at the same time. And I think that was probably because they're really trying to cut the costs on this. Not in a bad way. They're trying to cut the cost so they can offer it at a lower price. Please don't jump on me that I'm saying that they're cutting costs and cutting corners. It's just something I noticed. That's all it is. But you know what? For me, the cards go right in a plastic sleeve, so you never see them. Although they kind of slip around in the plastic sleeves easier than the cards like from, say, the Hall of Fame set did that was released at the same time. But fantastic job to Tom and the rest of Filsinger Games for this thing. Again, a worthwhile pickup. That is my review. I really like this a lot. A few minor quibbles. Hopefully that Thunder art can get straightened out online, and because it deserves to be. It really deserves to be. And so there you go. That is my review of the Tournament of Champions set. I would love to know your thoughts as well. But let's take a look at the question of the show. It's time for the question of the show. Now, this was last week's question of the show. Which wrestler out of the Hall of Fame set are you most excited to use? And there was a ton of great answers. Let's go through them really quick. Rainier, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. This is Walks with Wolf on the message boards. Most excited for Baron von Raschke. And you're going to see Baron is very popular here. Joe M., the Baron is the one I'm most excited about. But if we're including the quarters promoter prime cards, then the spoiler, definitely you include whatever you want to include. Michael says the Baron. Chad Olson says the Briscoes. I was excited to use the Briscoes as well. Baron von Raschke is the guy I'm most looking forward to. Todd Hall, that was David Fox. Todd Hall says looking forward to Jim Londas. If I'm saying his name right, I'm sorry if I'm not. And Brandon Williams is saying probably Severn with Bob Roop a close second. So it looks like a lot of great cards. People are excited about all these cards from the Hall of Fame set. I'm excited to... I'm updating my Legends website, and so I don't want to play any cards until I get it all updated to where I want it to be. And then I will start maybe working one or two of these cards in there as well. All right, it's time for the question of the show for this show, and it is, which is your favorite card from the Tournament of Champions? Which is your favorite card from the Tournament of Champions? Answer in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Who is your favorite from this set? I would absolutely love to know, because that's what we're talking about here this week. Elsewhere on the channel, if you want to check out other things, I played my own Tournament of Champions. I did the entire thing online, so that is elsewhere on the channel. You can totally check it out. I would love to know your thoughts on some matches. There were some fantastic matches. Thunder had a match that was just it was like match of the night. It was fantastic, and I think that's in the first video, so you'll want to check that out. I don't want to give away too much as to who won, but if you want to check it out, you totally can. Well, that is going to do it. Next week, I'm trying to get a special guest on the show, and when you see this special guest, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of a fun time to have this person on the show. So I totally hope it works. Listen, if you want to check out what's been going on in my feds and stuff, you can at gwfpromoter.com. Social media at gwfpromoter. That's on Instagram and Twitter. Also, make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel or the Twitch channel, depending on where you are watching this show right now. What was the other thing I was going to say? lowpromoter.com is where you can go to check out my Legends of Wrestling fed, which, if you go check out my latest card, WrestleMania, I made a opening video that is kind of fun because I used some of the Legends artwork in the opening video, and it came out. It's just a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to do more of that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is it for this week. If you have a topic you would like the show to cover, leave it in the comments. Make sure to subscribe or follow, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, or follow GWF Promoter on social media at GWF Promoter. You can, as I said, check out my personal feds at gwfpromoter.com and lowpromoter.com. The theme song you're listening to is American Guy by Throwing Toasters, used by permission and available on Apple Music, Spotify, and anywhere you get your music. I want to make very clear this podcast is not affiliated in any way with Filsinger Games or its subsidiaries. It's purely for entertainment purposes. This episode is copyright 2020 Saturday Morning Media. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will talk to you next time right here on the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast. Woo!
The trailer park is where I'm from. You better believe I have about 27 guns. Baseball games, pickup trucks. I'm leagues above you other dumb schmucks. I'm from where the women are hot and the Twinkies are deep fried. And every day I pledge allegiance to God and country. I'm the